Hey everyone, welcome back to Book Too Rich's Deep Dives.
We're back again.
You know how this works. You guys bring us the cool stuff, and we take a deep dive,
That's right.
unearthing those golden nuggets of knowledge.
Love it.
And this time,
Yeah.
we are exploring
Mm-hmm.
a blog post from bookstooriches.com called Hidden Money Strategies, What Schools Never Teach You About Building Real Wealth.
Oh, I love that title.
Isn't that good?
I love that title because, it really speaks to, I think, what so many of us feel like there's this whole world of financial know-how that we just weren't given growing up.
Absolutely. And this post is jam-packed
Yeah.
with 7 strategies that could be total game changers.
I'm ready.
So get this.
Okay.
The first one is all about automating your savings.
Ooh.
Not just budgeting,
Mm-hmm.
but making savings so effortless it's practically invisible.
Yeah, that's really where the power of psychology meets finance, right? Because there have been studies that show that if you can automate habits like saving a set amount every month, it removes that decision fatigue and the emotional hurdles that get in the way.
Right.
And it's like our brains are wired for consistency once the pattern's set.
I love that. And the cool part is this blog post gives real-world examples,
Nice.
like using apps like Acorns,
Oh, yeah, I love Acorns.
which round up your purchases and invest that spare change.
Oh, it's so cool.
You barely notice it, but those tiny amounts, they compound over time.
That's the key.
So think about it.
Yeah.
What small amount could you painlessly automate today?
Right.
Like $5 a week, $10 a week?
It all adds up.
It really does.
And that brings us to another key point from the blog post is maximizing those tax-advantaged accounts.
Yeah.
It's not just about saving, it's about saving smartly.
Right. And they highlight 401k, IRAs, and HSAs.
Yeah.
Now, I'll admit,
Hmm.
tax-deferred and tax-free growth
I know.
can sound a little jargony. But what it really means is that you're letting more of your money work for you instead of going straight to taxes.
Absolutely. Imagine this. You're essentially getting a head start on that compounding because you're not losing a chunk of it to taxes right away. And over decades, that can make a huge difference in how much wealth you build.
For sure. And the blog post really emphasizes staying on top of those IRS contribution limits.
Oh, for sure.
It's like free money from the government. Why leave it on the table?
I know.
And it reminds me of something I heard recently, which is the difference between working forever and retiring comfortably can be as simple as utilizing the tax advantages available to you.
It's true.
So are you making the most of those tax advantages?
It's a good question.
If not, maybe this is your sign to look into it.
There you go. And to add to that, the blog post doesn't just stop at traditional retirement accounts.
Right.
It also mentions HSAs,
Hmm.
which can be a triple tax advantage.
Oh, wow.
Contributions are tax deductible.
Okay.
The money grows tax-free.
Wow.
And withdrawals for qualified medical expenses are also tax-free.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay. So this next strategy really resonated with me investing in skill development.
Skill development. Okay.
And I love how the post emphasizes that your skills are an asset that no one can take away from you.
It's so true.
Right.
It's like investing in a high-yield stock, right?
Yeah.
Your knowledge and expertise constantly pay dividends in the form of better career prospects, side hustle opportunities, even the confidence to negotiate a higher salary.
I love that analogy, and I'm a huge fan of how they put it in the blog post, which is your skills are an investment that always pays dividends.
I love that.
It's such a good reminder that even in an uncertain economic climate,
Absolutely.
investing in yourself can be one of the most reliable ways to boost your earning power.
It's so true. Think about it. The job market is evolving rapidly.
Yeah.
Jobs that exist today might be automated tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
But if you're constantly learning and upskilling,
Yeah,
you're adaptable and much more likely to thrive.
for sure. And the blog post throws in some super practical advice here.
Okay.
They recommend exploring online platforms like Udemy and LinkedIn Learning.
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing how accessible quality education has become.
I know. It's incredible.
It is.
So I'm curious, what's one skill that you've been thinking of learning but haven't made the time for? This could be your sign to dive in.
I love that. And if you are loving these actionable insights, don't forget to subscribe to Books Too Rich's for a wealth of financial wisdom.
Yes.
Okay, on to the next strategy, which is all about diversification.
Okay. Diversification.
You probably heard the saying, don't put all your eggs into one basket.
Yeah.
Well, that's essentially what diversification is all about
Right.
in the investing world.
Makes sense.
The blog post hits the nail on the head with that analogy.
Yeah.
Diversifying your investments across different asset classes,
Okay.
like stocks, real estate bonds,
Yep.
even things like precious metals or commodities.
I like it.
It helps to spread out your risk.
Absolutely.
So it's about not having all of your financial hopes riding on the performance of a single investment.
Makes sense.
And they make a brilliant point by quoting Benjamin Graham,
Oh, yeah.
the author of The Intelligent Investor.
Love that book.
He said the individual investor should strive for safety and seek a satisfactory return, not a speculative one.
Yes.
I love that.
I love that.
You know, it's about building a foundation for long-term steady growth,
Right.
not chasing those get-rich-quick schemes.
I agree.
It's about making informed decisions,
Mm-hmm.
not emotional ones.
That's right.
Think of it like building a house. Diversification is like laying a strong foundation across different types of soil.
I like that.
It creates stability,
Yes,
even when the financial weather gets stormy.
it does.
And speaking of weathering storms, that brings us to the fifth strategy, establishing an emergency fund.
The emergency fund.
This is one of those things that we all know we should do, but it's easy to put off.
It is until life throws you a curveball.
Right.
And that's precisely why the blog post emphasizes the importance of having that financial cushion.
Right.
For job loss, medical bills, car repairs, you name it, anything unexpected. It's not about being pessimistic, it's about being prepared.
Totally. They recommend having 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses tucked away
Okay.
in a readily accessible account.
Right.
Imagine the peace of mind
Oh, yeah.
that comes with knowing you can handle those bumps in the road without derailing your long-term financial goals.
It's like having that extra layer of insurance
Totally.
for your financial well-being. Imagine the difference it would make if you suddenly lost your job.
Right.
Instead of panicking. You could breathe a sigh of relief knowing you have time to figure things out
Yeah,
without going into debt.
exactly.
Yeah.
So how would an emergency fund change your outlook on unexpected events?
That's a good question.
It is a question worth pondering.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, are you ready to tackle 2 more strategies?
Absolutely. I'm really enjoying how this blog post blends practical advice with these really thought-provoking questions.
Me too. It's not just telling you what to do.
Right.
It's encouraging you to think differently about your relationship with money.
I love that.
Yeah.
It is. It's funny, right? We're often taught about earning money,
Mm-hmm.
but rarely about managing it,
Yeah.
let alone growing it.
Right.
And I think this blog post really shines a light on those hidden strategies that can make a real difference.
It's like they're handing us
Yeah,
the missing chapters
totally.
for the personal finance textbook.
Absolutely. And speaking of missing chapters,
Oh.
this next strategy is about something that often makes people squirm.
Uh-oh.
Engaging in open financial discussions.
Okay.
The blog post challenges the taboo around money conversations.
I know it's like we're supposed to keep our financial lives a secret.
I know.
But the post makes a really good point about how opening up those conversations can be incredibly beneficial.
Oh, for sure. Think about it. Sharing your experiences, both good and bad, can help others avoid pitfalls and discover new opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
It's like building a collective financial wisdom.
And it's not just about learning from others' mistakes.
Right.
It's also about creating a supportive network where people feel comfortable asking questions and sharing their goals and celebrating successes.
Yes, and I love how the blog post emphasizes the ripple effect this can have, especially when it comes to introducing kids to financial literacy early on.
Yeah, it's like planting those seeds of financial awareness from a young age.
Yes.
Imagine if we all grew up feeling empowered to talk about money openly and confidently.
I know.
It could totally transform our relationship with finances.
It's about breaking those generational cycles.
Right.
And creating a future where financial literacy is the norm, not the exception.
I love it. So who in your life could you have a more open financial conversation with? Like a friend, a sibling, a mentor, maybe even your kids.
Yeah.
Think about how sharing your knowledge could empower them on their own financial journeys.
It's all about building that community of support and shared learning.
For sure. And on that note, let's move on to the final strategy in this insightful blog post.
Okay.
Embracing continuous learning.
Continuous learning.
And it's a reminder that the world of finance is constantly changing.
Always.
New trends emerge, rules get updated, opportunities arise.
Yep.
And I think it's so easy to fall into that trap of thinking, okay, I've learned the basics, I'm good to go.
Right.
But the reality is, financial literacy is an ongoing journey.
It is.
Not a destination.
That's right.
The blog post encourages us to be lifelong learners, to stay curious,
Yep.
and to seek out knowledge from a variety of sources.
For sure.
They mention books like Rich Dad, Poor Dad and The Millionaire Next Door, which are like classics.
Those are classics for a reason.
For a reason.
Yeah.
They offer timeless wisdom
They do?
and thought-provoking perspectives on wealth building. And it's not just about books. The Post also suggests attending workshops, following thought leaders in the financial space, and of course, subscribing to informative blogs like Books to Riches for regular doses of financial insights.
Here you go.
I mean, if you've enjoyed this episode so far,
Yeah.
their content is right up your alley.
Absolutely. It's about finding what resonates with you and making a commitment to continuously expand your financial knowledge.
Yeah.
The more you know, the better equipped you are to navigate the complexities of the financial world.
For sure. And, it strikes me that all 7 of these strategies are interconnected
They are.
in a really powerful way.
I see it too. It's like they're pieces of a puzzle, each one contributing to a bigger picture of financial well-being.
Exactly. Let's take a quick step back and see how these pieces fit together.
Okay.
We started with automating savings,
Right.
which sets that foundation for consistent growth.
Yep.
Then we talked about maximizing tax-advantaged accounts, which is all about making your money work harder for you.
Right. And we then explored the power of investing in yourself through skill development, increasing your earning potential and adaptability.
Totally. And to safeguard those hard-earned savings, we dove into the importance of diversification, spreading your risk across different asset classes to create a more resilient portfolio.
We talked about the peace of mind that comes with having an emergency fund, that financial cushion that can help you navigate unexpected challenges without derailing your progress.
And we explored the power of community and shared knowledge by engaging in open financial discussions, breaking down the taboo around money, and creating a supportive network for learning and growth.
And finally, we emphasized the importance of embracing continuous learning, acknowledging that the financial landscape is always evolving and staying informed is key to long-term success.
Wow, when you lay it out like that,
Right.
it really highlights how holistic this approach is.
It is.
It's not just about individual tactics. It's about cultivating a mindful and informed relationship with money.
It's about taking control of your financial future and creating a life of abundance and security.
Wow. It is amazing how much ground we covered
I know, right?
in this deep dive into hidden money strategies.
Yeah, it's like a masterclass
It really
in
is.
financial empowerment.
Seriously, all thanks to Books to Riches.
Yeah, it really highlights how much we're often left to figure out on our own
Yeah,
when it comes to building wealth.
totally.
But armed with these strategies, we can rewrite the narrative.
Absolutely. And speaking of rewriting the narrative, it's time for a final recap
Okay,
of these 7 game-changing strategies. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay, first up, we talked about automating your savings,
Yes.
harnessing the power of consistency and compound growth by making saving effortless and, dare I say, even a little bit fun.
Right. Remember those apps like Acorns that round up your purchases and invest the spare change?
Yeah.
Perfect example of how you can start small and watch your savings grow over time without even breaking a sweat.
So true. Next, we explore the often overlooked world of tax-advantaged accounts.
Yes.
Think 401k, IRAs, and HSAs. It's about using the tax code to your advantage, letting your money grow faster by deferring or even eliminating taxes.
It's like getting a bonus from the government for saving for your future.
Right.
But remember, staying informed about contribution limits is key to maximizing these benefits.
Then we shifted gears to focus on one of the most valuable assets you possess, your skills.
Yes.
Continuous skill development is like investing in a high-yield stock. It pays dividends in the form of increased earning potential, career advancement, and the flexibility to pursue new opportunities.
And thanks to online platforms like Udemy and LinkedIn, expanding your skill set has never been more accessible.
Right.
So what are you waiting for? Invest in yourself.
Next up, we talked about diversification, the art of not putting all your eggs in one basket. By spreading your investments across different asset classes, you create a more resilient portfolio that can weather market fluctuations.
Think of it as building a solid foundation for your financial house. The diversification helps ensure that even if one investment takes a hit, your overall portfolio remains stable.
And speaking of stability, we can't forget the importance of establishing an emergency fund.
Right?
Life is unpredictable, and having that financial safety net can make all the difference. when unexpected expenses arise.
Aim for 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses in a readily accessible account, and you'll breathe easier knowing you can handle those curveballs without derailing your long-term financial plans.
Then we tackled a topic that's often shrouded in secrecy, engaging in open financial discussions.
Ooh, yeah.
By breaking down the taboo around money conversations, we can learn from each other's experiences, share knowledge, and create a more financially literate society.
Imagine the impact we could have if we all felt empowered to talk about money openly. And honestly, it's about building a community of support and shared learning.
And finally, we emphasize the importance of embracing continuous learning when it comes to personal finance.
Yes.
The world of money is constantly evolving, so staying informed and adapting to new trends is crucial for long-term success.
Read books, attend workshops, follow thought leaders, and of course, keep those insightful articles from Books Too Riches coming.
Yes.
It's a never-ending journey of discovery.
It is. So as we wrap up this incredible deep dive, I want to leave you with this.
Okay.
Which of these 7 strategies resonated with you the most?
Yeah.
What one small step can you take today to put it into action?
Remember, building wealth is a marathon, not a sprint. It's about making consistent, informed choices over time.
And Books Too Riches has given us a roadmap to make those choices with confidence.
They have.
If you're looking for more guidance on your financial journey, I highly recommend checking out their website and subscribing to their content. It's a treasure trove of valuable insights.
Absolutely. They're clearly passionate about empowering people to take control of their finances and create a brighter future.
Well, thanks for joining us on this deep dive into hidden money strategies. We hope you've gleaned some valuable insights that will inspire you on your path to financial well-being. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep diving deep.
And remember, the power to build wealth is within your reach.
Thanks for listening to Books Too Riches Deep Dives.